And I will not dishonor myself, my unit, or the Corps so I can go home in 6 months.
Dang.
Sir.
Whew. Sent chills down my spine. What is good, everybody? It's your girl Mary, and today I am going to be watching A Few Good Men as selected by you guys over on Patreon. This one is directed by Rob Reiner, who I recently discovered is responsible for one of my favorite movies, The Princess Bride. It's a movie that I've seen so many times and I just couldn't believe it. And I found out when I was, researching at the end of Misery, because he also directed Misery. So I have high hopes for this one because I loved Misery and I loved The Princess Bride. This one was released in 1992. I know it has Tom Cruise in it. I haven't looked into the blurb. I'm not going to. I've been doing this thing where I just step into movies blind, and I've been quite surprised in a very good way, and I've just been enjoying myself. So I'm going to step into this one blind as well and just trust that Rob Reiner knows what he's doing. It's 2 hours and 17 minutes for the runtime. At least that's what it says here over on Stan. That's the version I'm going to be watching. If you are after the unedited full-length reaction with me, you can find that over on Patreon, linked in the description bar in the comments. You just need a copy of the film so that you can watch it along with me. There will be a timer. I can be on one screen, the movie can be on the other screen. Besides uncuts though, I also provide early access to my content, bloopers, polls, behind the scenes, all that good stuff. Down below you can find me on all the social media handles as well. I'm on everything. And yeah, I have 2 other channels. I've got a variety content channel called Very Cherry, and I've got my gaming channel, Cherry Plays. I've also been live streaming. Well, yeah, that's pretty much what I use it for, just live stream gaming. So check it out if you want to. And now let's step into A Few Good Men. United States Naval Base, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. This is weird. Oh. What? Whoa, way to wake up. Oh man, how scary. Oh. Rob Reiner. Okay, when I see that furry headpiece, I always think of Britain. It's weird that this is American. Jack Nicholson. Demi Moore. A Few Good Men. Kevin Bacon's in this too. It's kind of calming. The rhythm, the beats. I would find it hard to not laugh or crack a smile even. What is the point of doing this with your gun? Can anyone tell me? Like, who is this for and what's it for? It's like they're kind of dancing with their gun.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Commander Galloway. I'm here to see Captain West.
Oh, go right in, Commander. They're expecting you.
I hope you get it, girl.
Would you like to sit down?
I'm fine, sir.
Have a seat.
Okay. 2 Marines, a Lance Corporal Harold Dawson and a Private Loudon Downey.
Wow, they found out about it
NIS
really
agent.
quick.
In short, Captain, I'd like to suggest that I be the one that it be me
Bless.
myself.
She did a good job.
Commander, I'd like you to leave the room so we can talk about you behind your back.
Wow.
Certainly, sir.
She's not cut out for litigation. She's a hell of an investigator, Jerry.
And internal affairs, sure.
She has faith in herself.
Well, from what I understand from your colleagues, you're much too valuable in your present assignment to be wasted on leave bargaining.
Such a diplomatic way to
Sir, I
say
think there
no.
might be...
I promise you, Division will sign the right man for the job.
Man.
All right, let's go. Let's get. You gotta trust me, Sherby. You keep your eyes open, your chances of catching the ball increase by a factor of 10.
Now, we either get it done, and I mean now, or no kidding, Caffey. I'm gonna hang your boy from a yard arm.
Ooh.
But, Caffey, I got people to answer to just like you do. I'm gonna charge him.
What, possession of a condiment? Blind on paperwork is a signalman second class bought and smoked a dime bag of oregano.
In Australia, we say oregano, FYI.
Requested to do what?
Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Oh.
Marine corporal named go and see Lieutenant Commander Johan Galloway,
Oh.
Internal Affairs.
The beautiful Joanne
question?
Galloway.
The flight to
And him?
Cuba, was that 0600
In the morning, sir?
He's the
Division
class
be handled by
clown.
In other words, I have no responsibilities here whatsoever.
Right.
My
Poor
kind of
guy.
case.
Hi.
Just casually eating an
Hold on.
apple as
Hi.
well.
Daniel Caffey. I was told to meet with
Didn't even remember her name.
Lieutenant Commander Galloway.
So unprofessional.
I'm lead counsel to Sam Weinberg.
I have no responsibilities here whatsoever.
Come in.
Commander, from what I understand, if this thing goes to court, they won't need a lawyer. They'll need a priest.
He's just talking with his
No,
mouth
don't
full
need a
too.
lawyer. One of the people you'll be seeing down there is the barracks CEO, Colonel Nathan Jessen. You've heard of him.
Just wiping it
Who
on his
hasn't?
work
It's been in the
uniform.
papers.
This letter makes it look like your client had a motive to kill Santiago.
And Santiago is...
He's not even trying.
I'll get them to drop the conspiracy and conduct unbecoming. 12 years.
He's just that confident.
I'm special counsel for internal affairs, so my jurisdiction's pretty much in your face.
My name is PFC William T. Santiago.
Poor kid,
I'm a
man.
Marine. My sergeant grabbed me and pushed me down the hill, and the last thing I remember is hitting the deck.
Damn, bro.
Please, sir, I just need to be transferred out of RSC.
They hate him out
Sincerely,
here.
P.S.
Why do they
US
hate
Marine
him
Corps.
so much?
Occurred the night of August the 2nd.
Jack
William T.
Nicholson.
Santi. Well, apparently he's not very happy down here at Shangri-La. He's written letters to everybody
Shangri-La.
in Santa Claus.
Colonel, I think perhaps it would be better to hold this discussion in private.
That won't be necessary, Colonel.
This kid looks so young.
I'm still your superior officer.
And I'm yours, Matthew.
Got him.
I will transfer Santiago. I'm sure that's the thing to do.
Damn, if I was
Wait.
Santiago, I would have locked my
I've
door
got
that
it better.
night. Just every night.
Let's transfer the whole Windward Division off the base. Come on out there and get
Sarcasm.
those- Santiago stays where he is.
Man.
We're gonna
I'm guessing
John,
this is a past
You're in
scene.
charge.
I think that's a mistake, Colonel.
I don't think he
Matthew,
cares.
I'd be delighted to hear any suggestions that you might have, sir.
Dismissed.
Yes, sir.
He's come out as the favorite.
And shipping him off to another assignment puts lives in danger.
Okay, I see where he's
Sit
coming
down,
from.
Matt. Don't ever question my orders in front of another officer.
Ooh. They're so expressionless, these Marines.
Say again?
Dawson and Downey.
Those names sound like they should mean something to me.
He
Dawson,
really doesn't
Downey.
know.
The Cuba thing, yeah, so Dawson and Downey, right.
He's got the worst energy.
We need to practice.
That wasn't funny.
It's a little funny.
But I don't think you're fit to handle the defense.
I don't think so either.
Ordinarily,
Daniel Alistair Caffey, born June 8th, 1964, at Boston Mercy Hospital. The father's
Okay.
Lionel. Any more time in prison than absolutely necessary because their attorney had predetermined the path of least resistance.
Whoa.
wow.
I think he wants to
I'm
make out with
sexually
her.
aroused.
Ah, I knew it.
2 hours later, he said it was poison.
Yeah, weird, huh?
Now it had to be Professor Plum in the library with the candlestick. Well, I appreciate your interest and admire your enthusiasm. I think I can handle things myself.
I
know what a
swear
code
I
red
thought
is?
she said he had dropped out. Like, how long has it been since you dropped
What a
out
pity.
of law school? And he's been in the Marines for 9 months, and he hasn't been in law school for a year and a half. Maybe I misheard. Maybe he did finish it.
Someone has been working and playing well with others, Harold.
Sir, yes, sir.
God. Oh,
Sir,
the
Downey,
looking
sir.
in the distance like this.
Sir.
Harold, you say sir, and I turn around and look for my father. Dan.
Sir, PFC Downey will answer any direct questions you ask him.
Swell.
No, sir. We were just gonna shave his head, sir.
That sounded pretty casual speak.
We blood all down his face, sir. That's when Lance Corporal Dawson called the ambulance.
Did anyone see you call the ambulance?
No, sir.
It's looking
Were you
pretty
there when the
bad.
ambulance-
Lance Corporal's claiming that his mirror was about to fire at him.
Santiago's the guy, the mirror, he never made a move.
Tell the truth. Gonna need to be honest, pal.
What was your intent?
To train him, sir.
Ah,
Unit, Corps, God, Country.
I beg your pardon?
you comes
Unit,
first.
Corps, God, Country. Sir.
They really do take it seriously out in Gitmo.
It's a code.
And that's how they couldn't have done it.
Dan Caffey.
Kevin
Jack
Bacon.
Ross. What do you know about Code Reds?
Code red sounds
We
like
have to-
blood.
And specifically told them not to touch Santiago.
They did it anyway.
Commander?
You can call me Joanne.
Joanne.
Or Joe.
Joanne.
Yes.
Joe, if you ever speak to a client of mine again without my permission, I have you disbarred.
Oh.
Friends?
I had authorization.
Haha.
You got authorization from Aunt Jenny.
within
He
my
seems
province.
shocked.
We can hold the trial there. I can sew the costumes. Maybe his Uncle Goober can be the judge.
Goober!
I'm going to Cuba with you tomorrow.
And the hits just keep on coming.
Don't be sad, bro. She's probably gonna end up being your boo thing by the end of this movie.
And I think they ought to go to jail for the rest of their lives.
What?
No, Dramamine keeps you from throwing up. You get sick when you fly.
I was just a Dramamine. That's why I know that.
I got some oregano. I hear that works pretty good.
Dramamine for FPS
You know, Ross said the
gameplay.
strangest thing.
To get to the other side of the bay.
Nobody said anything about a boat.
Oh.
No, just not that crazy about boats, that's all.
Jesus Christ, Cappy, you're in the Navy for crying out loud.
Yeah, that's weird.
Nobody likes her very much.
Yes, sir.
This movie's pretty funny.
Folks down there said a little black girl couldn't go to an all-white school.
Oh, wow.
Lionel Caffey said, well, we'll just see about that.
Wow.
How the hell is your dad, Danny?
Uh-oh.
He passed away 7 years ago, sir.
Don't I?
JAG Corps insists that we interview all the relevant witnesses.
The JAG Corps can be demanding that way.
It's
John will
necessary.
take
Oh, that looks bad. So gross. Didn't have many
Then we
options
should
for
make
clothes.
sure somebody... Lieutenant Kendrick, may I call you John?
No, you may not. He is dead because he had no honor, and God was watching.
What?
Are you planning on doing any investigating, or are you just going to take the guided tour?
They really don't like each other.
If you feel there are any details that I'm missing, you should feel free to speak up.
Thank you.
Just thank you? That's it?
We agreed that for his own safety, Santiago should be transferred off the base.
Lie.
On the first available flight to the States. 0600 the next morning.
He is lying.
All right, that's all I have. Thanks very much for your time.
That's all?
Thank you, sir.
Wait a minute, I've got some questions.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Let her ask.
One of my men was dead.
See? The man was dead. Let's go.
I was just wondering if you've ever heard the term Code Red.
They keep mentioning
I've heard
that.
the term.
She has no point. She often has no point, sir. It's part of her charm. We're out of here. Thank you.
Can
My
he
point is that-
stop?
Yes, he does.
No, he really doesn't.
Yeah, he really does.
This is so embarrassing for them both. They need to be on the same page.
You know, she outranks you, Danny.
And
Listen
he's
up,
still
'cause I
got the
really
audacity.
mean this. Promote them all, I say. If you haven't gotten a blowjob from a
Oh
superior
my
officer,
god.
well, then
Is
life
he
pass you by.
serious?
Go on taking cold showers until they elect some gal president.
So rude. That's
Caution
insane.
your term. I'm a fair guy, but this heat is making me absolutely crazy.
Crazy enough to
You
kill.
want to ask off the record, I tell you it is an invaluable part of close infantry training. And if it happens to go on without my knowledge, so be it. I
Whoa.
run my... You can come down here, flash a badge, and make me nervous.
A murder just happened, bruh. What do you expect?
Santiago's transferred. You guys have paperwork on that kind of thing. I just need it for the file.
He's the good cop, and she's
Have
the
copy
bad
of the
cop.
You can have all the transfer orders that you want.
They haven't got it ready yet.
What I do want is for you to stand there in that f***y white uniform and with your Harvard mouth extend me some f***ing courtesy.
Damn, dude. He doesn't
gotta
need
ask me
to.
nice.
He's doing his job. He doesn't even need to.
It's not too much trouble. I'd like a copy of the transfer order. Sir.
No problem.
He is pretty casual to everyone. Someone had to call him up on it. And if it was going to be anyone, it's going to be somebody in Guantanamo where they take everything very seriously. And, you know, I get it. They're under a lot of stress.
Markinson's disappeared.
Huh?
Colonel Markinson's gone UA.
What?
Unauthorized. This afternoon, sometime after we left.
Oh.
I'm Loudon Downey's attorney.
How do you feel about that?
I think Kendrick ordered the Code Red, and so do you.
Let's go.
Oh, this is getting good, guys.
You heard what I said. Did Lieutenant Kendrick order you guys to give Santiago a code red?
Will they
Yes,
tell
sir.
the truth? Oh, they did tell the truth.
You mind telling me why the hell you never mentioned this before?
You didn't ask us, sir.
You, Harold.
All right.
Whoa.
Lieutenant Kendrick ordered us to give Santiago a code red.
Comes out. And they could have said that at the beginning. They just seem happy to take the rap.
Jack did know about the order, because if he did and he hadn't told us Jack knows, he'd be violating about 14 articles of the Code of Ethics. As
I
it
feel
is,
like
Jack's
he
got enough
knows.
for it.
I'll knock it all down to involuntary manslaughter, 2 years or home in 6 months.
No deal. We're going to court.
Still no deal.
And he knows that if we do go to court, I'm gonna have to go all the way. They're gonna be charged with a whole truckload.
Man, a kid is still dead though. His poor family. He needs proper justice.
Wow, Kathy, you're the greatest lawyer in the world. Ooh, how can we ever thank you?
I won't say that I'm guilty, sir.
Did she put you up to this?
No.
Do what I'm telling you, be home in 6 months.
But the truth's the truth.
Permission to
Speak! Jesus!
What do we do?
And I will not dishonor myself, my unit, or the Corps so I can go home in 6 months.
Dang.
Sir.
Whew. Sent chills down my spine.
You're such a coward. I can't believe they let you wear a uniform.
He's just letting it all out now.
What happened to saluting an officer when he leaves the room?
Rebelling.
Marines executing a routine order they never believe would result in harm? These guys aren't the Nazis.
Don't look now, Danny, but you're making an argument.
Yeah, there you go. You can take things seriously.
Why are you so afraid to be a lawyer? Were Daddy's expectations really that high?
Yep, thank you. Someone needs to say it.
So please, don't tell me what I know and don't know. I know the law.
Wow, I'm just surprised at all this emotion coming out of him. He's usually just the Joker.
And you're gonna spend the better part of a year going blind on paperwork.
And look at him now. Here they are in court.
They're not guilty.
Oh, wow. Okay, good.
Why does a lieutenant junior grade with 9 months experience get assigned a murder case?
He was just feeling insecure, that's why. That's why he didn't want to go to court.
Joe, we need all the proficiency and conduct reports on Dawson, Downey, and Santiago.
Maybe they won't be romantic interests by the end of this movie. Stakes are too high. They need to concentrate.
I'm just wondering, now that Joanne's on this, you know, I'm just wondering if you still need me.
He wants to go
orders,
home.
Sam. You're not permitted to question orders.
Exactly.
They work at a place where you have to wear camouflage or you might get shot.
I'm starting to see why that code was so important.
So you got any Kung Pao chicken?
We're here to
Start
stay.
defense. They had no choice but to follow it. That's it.
They couldn't say no.
We find out everything there is to know about lactic acidosis.
Captain Hill.
Sam, I want you
This
to
is
find out
Lieutenant
who else
Commander
was in the
Galloway with the
emergency
JAG in Washington.
This is cool, man. They need a private detective, too.
You start calling him Willie, and all of a sudden he's a person who's got a mother who's gonna miss him.
Yeah,
Do the court
true.
member. Don't wear that perfume in court. Wrecks my concentration.
Oh.
I was talking to Sam. You like me? I won't make you say it.
I was just going to tell you to wear matching socks tomorrow.
He's just overly confident.
Good tip.
And he lets his mouth run.
We're gonna get creamed.
Positive thoughts. Interrupting your regular broadcast to remind you guys that if you are enjoying this reaction and you want to see the full reaction with me, you can do so by checking out my Patreon. And over there, we have a library full of content, full of uncut reactions for you to check out, like this, and this. You want to check out my Patreon? Link is in the description bar and the pinned comments down below.
Your Aunt Jenny?
Uh-huh.
She looks super young.
I'm sorry. I was expecting someone older.
So was I.
I mean, true. He is pretty young for a lawyer to be taking on a case like this.
They woke him up, tied his arms and legs with tape, and forced a rag into his throat.
That
a few
was
minutes
quite
later, a
sinister.
chemical reaction. He drowned in his own blood and was pronounced dead at 37 minutes past midnight.
God.
These are and entered Santiago's room with motive and intent to kill.
I want to know who
Now, Lieutenant
really
Caffey.
poisoned it.
These are the facts of the case, and they are undisputed.
He said some
There was
facts.
no assigned to Rifle Security Company Windward, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
And you're given an order. You follow it, or you pack your bags.
And
no
they
mistake
did not
about
want to
it,
do that.
because they did their job.
I would have refused personally.
Lance Corporal Dawson's been charged with a number of crimes. Why wasn't he charged with firing at the enemy without cause?
Yeah.
There wasn't enough evidence to support such a charge.
Thank you.
Period.
Santiago was the only eyewitness. I never had the chance to interview him, so I don't know what he saw.
Yeah,
And now we'll never know.
true.
Had gone outside the chain of command and reported to the NIS on a member of our platoon.
Did that make you mad?
It made a lot of people mad.
Private Santiago betrayed a code we believe in very deeply, sir.
He should say the code.
Government counsel honestly asking this witness to testify as to how my clients felt on September 6th. Corporal Hammaker, were you in Dawson and Downey's barracks room 5 minutes after this meeting?
No, sir.
That's rather inconvenient.
If the muscles and other cells of the body burn sugar instead of oxygen, lactic acid is produced.
Oh, man.
That lactic acid is what caused Santiago's lungs to bleed.
Seems
Normally,
so painful.
how long does the medical facts here are ultimately inconclusive?
Sure you won't mind if his opinion is admitted now?
Didn't get that across either.
Then how do you
There
justify...
are literally dozens of toxins which are virtually undetectable.
Maybe that's why whoever did that chose that poison.
Might also where the initial warning signals were so mild as to escape a physician during a routine medical exam?
Possibly. There are hundreds of...
Chest pains?
Yes.
Shortness of breath?
Yes.
Fatigue?
Of course.
Okay.
Doctors,
Now we're
is your
cooking.
Patient complains of chest pains,
Chest
shortness
pains.
of breath, restricted from running distances over 5 miles for 1 week.
Oh.
Cause the accelerated chemical reaction.
No.
No?
Because Lord knows if you put a man with a serious coronary condition on duty with a clean bill of health, and that man died from a heart-related incident.
Oh, yeah.
Move to...
Oh,
I have no more
yeah.
questions, Your Honor.
Was Willie Santiago poisoned?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
He would say that.
Strenuously object? Is that how it works?
Strenuously.
Objection. Overruled. No, 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 no. No, I strenuously object. Oh, wow. I mean, consider it.
I got it on the...
She even had the judge saying Stone was an expert.
Sam, she made a mistake.
You got
I'm
the
not
chill
gonna go
guy
call
and the
my
not
wife,
so chill
all right.
guy.
They tortured and tormented a weaker kid. They didn't like him, so they killed him.
I don't think you should be saying this
No,
stuff.
I'm sorry to bother you.
Late night visit, don't mind me. What's she doing?
I was wondering how you'd feel about my taking you to dinner tonight.
Are you
Whoa.
asking me? Sounded like you were asking me on a date.
I wasn't.
I've been asked out on dates before, and that's what it sounded like.
Oh, he has now.
Do you like seafood? I know a good seafood place.
Okay.
Maybe my first intuition was right.
Where I have earned 2 meritorious service medals and 2 letters of commendation.
Why are you always
Good
giving
at
me
what
your
she
resume?
does.
I see you convincing them, and I think Dawson and Downey are going to end up owing their lives to you.
Oh, wow. I think she does
Joe, I
have a
think-
little crush. An admiration type crush.
We'll find Markinson.
She is so optimistic. It's crazy.
You got a code red because your palms were sweaty. Why didn't Santiago, this burden to his unit, ever get one?
Dawson wouldn't allow it, sir.
Dawson wouldn't allow it.
You guys talk
Why didn't you?
because Dawson would kick my butt, sir.
He's literally explaining the dynamics of the group.
No manual or pamphlet lets me know that as a Marine, one of my duties is to perform code reds?
No,
No, sir.
record of it.
No book, sir.
No
Just
further
word
questions?
of mouth.
Corporal, would you turn to the page in this book that says where the mess hall is?
That's not in the book, sir.
In all your time at Gitmo, you've never had a meal?
No, sir. 3
He's making
squares
a
day.
point.
Well, I guess I just followed the crowd at chow time, sir.
No more questions.
Point taken. That was good cross-examination there. And even Kevin Bacon, his character is impressed. Wait, is that the guy that's missing? Oh, Jesus Christ!
You left the door unlocked.
You scared the shit out of me.
Oh,
Drive.
Are you
uh-oh.
aware what do you know?
I know everything.
Was it a code red?
Yes.
Did Kendrick give you...
He was never going to be transferred off that base.
There you go.
I signed him the morning you arrived in Cuba, 5 days after Santiago died.
I knew it.
I don't want a deal, and I don't want immunity,
What?
nor what I am doing.
What I am doing? Oh, I thought he was
Downtown
just
Lodge
gonna
northeast.
get a gun
Oh,
out.
guarded.
It's gonna
That's
get
probably a
really
good
dramatic.
Markinson's not going to hold up, Danny. He's a crazy man.
Crazy
I'm
all
not
of a
saying this to
sudden?
intimidate.
And this code of honor of yours makes me want to beat the shit out of someone. Don't you dare.
Accusing a Marine officer of a felony without proper evidence.
I've been so advised.
He doesn't
You got
care. He's
bullied
got
into
his
that
own
courtroom,
honor.
Danny. You got bullied into that courtroom by the memory of a dead lawyer.
Hey, don't bring his daddy up.
You're a lousy softball player, Jack.
Everybody's looking now.
Most recent report dated June 9th of this year, he received a rating of below average.
Hmm.
The only proper authorities I am aware of are my commanding officer, Colonel Nathan R. Jessup, and the Lord our God.
He is a very strict man.
Have you ever ordered a code red?
No, I have not.
BS.
But you did order the barracks restriction, didn't you?
And
you did
that
order the denial
is?
of food.
And what is that?
Yes. Wouldn't this form of discipline be considered a code red?
No.
No.
Called the argumentative and irrelevant badgering of the witness.
He's kind of smirking.
Dawson given a rating of below average on this last report because you learned he'd been sneaking food to Private Bell.
Private Dawson is looking like a good
Lance
guy.
Corporal
Lance
below
Corporal,
average
sorry.
rating because he had committed a crime.
What crime did he commit? he was punished. Is that right?
He learned the consequences of what happens when he goes against an order just then and there.
Can Dawson determine on his own which orders he's going to follow?
No, he cannot. I would think so.
Red.
I specifically ordered those men.
Is it reasonable to think he would have disobeyed you again?
Oh.
You don't have to, I'm through.
Damn, he looked a little crazy just then and there.
Then why isn't it listed in the Tower Chief's log?
Jessup.
What are you telling me?
He changed
He
something?
fixed the logbook?
He would do that, though.
You're not gonna find anything in the Andrews log.
He can make an entire flight disappear?
That's crazy.
You don't still intend to put me on the stand.
Thursday morning, 10 o'clock.
He could just up and leave again. You know, I should have known this guy was going to come back because of the way that Jessup was speaking to him at the beginning of the movie.
I was ordered to give him a code red, Lieutenant Jonathan James Kendrick.
You're gonna do fine.
He's definitely improved.
You think they'll let us go back to our platoon soon, ma'am?
He still wants to. That's the surprising thing. Like, after all this.
Your son is dead for only one reason. I wasn't strong enough to stop it.
Aww.
Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Andrew Markinson, United States Marine Corps.
Oh no! I also should have seen that coming.
It's 1620, am I right? You just said that you didn't make it back to the Windward Barracks until 1645.
Maybe he got the timing a little bit
You didn't
wrong.
make it. Did you ever actually hear Lieutenant Kendrick order a code red?
No, sir.
Please, the court, I'd like to request a recess in order to confer with my client.
Why did you go into Santiago's
The witness
room?
Hey!
The question will be repeated.
Why
Your
did you go
Honor.
into Santiago's
He
room?
looks
Hal?
so
Did Lance Corporal Dawson
scared.
tell you to give
Deer
Santiago a
in
code red?
headlights.
Hal, don't look at him.
Hal, Private, answer the captain's
How?
question.
Oh,
I was given an order by my squad leader, Lance Corporal Harold W. Dawson.
damn. That's new information.
Danny, I'm sorry.
He's a mess.
Maybe if we work at it, we could get Dawson charged with the Kennedy assassination.
He's lost all. Oh, and he's been drinking.
I'll put on a pot of coffee. We've got a long night's work ahead.
Still? He's drunk and he's gonna work.
Downey wasn't in his room. That was an important piece of information, don't you think?
Is it
But
her
we
fault?
fix it and move on to Markinson.
Uh-oh.
Markinson's dead.
Okay, so he found out. That's probably why he's so drunk right now.
Anyway, since we seem to be out of witnesses, I thought I'd drink a little.
Makes
I
sense.
still think we can win.
Oh,
Maybe you should drink a little.
Look, you didn't want the transfer order. You wanted to see Jessup's reaction when you asked for the transfer order. You had an instinct, and it was confirmed by Markinson. Now, he told Kendrick to order the code red.
He did? That's great.
He's
Why
like,
didn't you say
proof.
so? And of course, you have proof of that.
Yep, no
I'm
proof.
Sorry, I keep
They got
forgetting. You were
nothing.
sick.
Put him on the stand, and you get it from him.
Oh, we get it from him. Colonel Jessup, isn't it? Thank you for playing. Should we or should we not follow the advice?
I'm scared of him right now.
Stupid.
Oh, that's okay. Settle down. Acting crazy. This is how you act when things don't go your way at work.
Sam, stop cleaning up.
Gonna yell at him too now.
He's got a big case he's making. He's arguing.
Daddy issues seem to creep up even when your daddy's dead.
And if I were Dawson and Downey and I had a choice between you or your father, I'd choose you any day of the week.
Aww.
You should have seen yourself thunder away at Kendrick. So there's really only one question. What would you do?
I reckon he's gonna do it. Just because of her. She has incredible power of persuasion.
I'm gonna put Jessup on the stand.
That's how you get her. You should have led with that, pal. Man, I should have watched this movie with one of my lawyer friends.
Sit down, both of you. Good.
And now you think you can get him to just say it?
I think he wants to say it.
Could be onto something.
304,000 Cubans that are trained to kill him. And no one's gonna tell him how to run his unit.
True.
How are you gonna do it?
I have no idea. I need my bat. I think better with my bat. Where's my bat?
I put it in the closet.
You put it in the closet?
Got a sacred relationship with that bat. Epiphany?
Stay here. I'm going to the office for a while.
What?
He does think better with that bat.
What's going on?
Gotta go out to Andrews.
Okay. She's like, I'll just chill here by myself then.
Jessup's gonna have his hands full today.
I'm excited to see it.
You feel like he's not gonna say it. Don't go for it. You could get in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
I'm special counsel for internal affairs, and I'm telling you, you could get in a lot of trouble.
Oh. It's just so, it seems so corrupt.
Defense calls Colonel Nathan Jessup.
I'm nervous. When he talks, it's like he's smiling, like he's hiding a secret that only he
Colonel
knows.
Jessup, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Let's hope he takes that part
Would you state your
seriously.
name?
And the executive officer, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Markinson.
Yes.
R.I.P.
I ordered Markinson to have Santiago transferred off the base immediately.
Even under oath.
Your Honor, I'd ask the court for a little latitude.
A very little latitude.
Sit down, Kevin Bacon.
Colonel's underwear a matter of national security?
Gentlemen.
I am sort of wondering
Yes, sir.
where he's going
Colonel?
with this.
I'm wondering why Santiago wasn't packed. Tell you what, we'll get back to that one in a minute. This is a record of all telephone calls made. Do you know how many people he called? 0. Nobody.
That is pretty weird.
Saying, not one call to a friend saying, "Can you pick me up at the airport?" He was asleep in his
Pretty
bed at midnight.
weird.
He was getting on a plane in 6 hours. Yet everything he owned was hanging neatly in his closet.
Yeah.
You were leaving for one day, and he hadn't called a soul, and he hadn't packed a thing.
No intention to go anywhere because he wasn't going anywhere.
It's obvious that Lieutenant Caffey's intention this afternoon is to smear a high-ranking Marine officer.
Smear?
It's my recommendation, sir, that Lieutenant Caffey be reprimanded for his conduct.
He's getting
and the
to his
witness be excused
point.
with the court.
Afraid I can't speak intelligently about the travel habits of William Santiago.
Of course he
What
would
I
say
do
that.
know is that he was set to leave the base at 0600.
He's a good liar, man.
Now, please tell me that their lawyer hasn't pinned their hopes to a phone bill.
The breathing, man.
Do you have any other questions for me, counselor?
And the smirk on his face.
Lieutenant, do you have anything further for this witness?
He's trying to like look and see if there's answers in her eyes.
Thanks, Danny. I love Washington.
Excuse me. I didn't dismiss you. I'm not through with my examination. Sit down.
You can't just walk out like that.
And the witness will address this court as judge or your honor.
Yeah.
I'm quite certain I've earned it.
Have some
Good to see
respect.
Colonel.
He thinks he's top shit.
What do you want to discuss now? My favorite color?
Your Honor, these men weren't on the list.
Rebuttal witnesses, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You ever served in an infantry unit, son?
Is he allowed to ask
Put your life
counter
in another
questions?
man's. We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
Damn, don't speak to him like that in the court.
If you gave an order, and your orders are always followed, then why would Santiago be in danger?
Yeah.
Why would it be necessary to transfer him off the base?
Yeah. He got you there.
You said he was being transferred because he was in grave danger. You said he was in...
I don't have to have it read back to me like I'm...
Why the 2 orders?
Why?
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands.
Ah.
So Santiago shouldn't have been in any danger at all, should he have, Colonel?
You snotty little...
Your
Honor,
Object! And when it went bad, you cut these guys loose!
Your Honor,
You doctored the logbook!
Damn it, Caffey!
You coerced the doctor!
Consider yourself in contempt.
Oh my god, he's gonna...
I want the truth!
you can't handle the truth.
Whoa! Mind blown!
Son, we live in a world
I've
has
heard that
laws, and
before.
those laws- We use words like honor, code, loyalty.
He's still
we
not
use
answering
these
the
words
question,
as
though.
the backbone of a life spent defending something.
I feel like
You
he's
use them as a
spitting on my
punchline.
face.
Did you order the code red?
I did the job.
Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right I did!
It comes out.
I suggest the members be dismissed so that we can move to an immediate Article 39A session.
Oh my god, I got chills.
Jack?
He's speechless.
I'm gonna get on a plane and go on back to my base.
You're not going anywhere, Colonel. MP's guard the Colonel.
Yes, sir.
Did he really think he was going to get away with that?
Any statement
I'm
you
being
make
charged with a
used against
crime.
you in a trial by court-martial.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
I'm gonna rip the eyes out of your head and in your dead skull. All you did was weaken a country today, Caffey. That's all you did.
He is so entitled.
People, sweet dreams, son.
Don't call me son. I'm a lawyer and an officer in the United States Navy.
Hell yeah.
And you're under arrest, you son of a...
Ha! Justice.
The witness...
Better him anyway than the young blokes who had their whole lives ahead of them.
The members find the accused not guilty.
They actually
On the charge of
won.
Conspiracy to commit murder. The members find the accused not guilty.
Nice.
On the charge of conduct unbecoming a United States Marine, guilty as charged.
I mean,
And you are ordered to be dishonorably discharged from the Marine Corps.
look.
This court-martial is adjourned.
Are they shocked about that though? They were hoping for a different outcome, but like something had to give.
What does that mean?
Oh, poor kid is slow.
What did that mean?
They can't go back.
We were supposed to fight for people who couldn't fight for themselves. We were supposed to fight for Willie.
You don't need to wear a patch in your arm to have honor.
Go out there and live your life, sir. Go get a regular job. And slay, King.
And handsome to it, didn't you think?
I'm glad that they can still be friends.
Gotta go.
First court case. Pretty exciting. The end. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. I have heard people say that. I have heard it parodied. I never knew that it came from this film. Oh my God. And I didn't know this was a court film either. I was not prepared for the heavy jargon. The dialogue was so intense. I didn't really feel like I had a break to speak or say anything, so it was a lot of this reaction. I don't know if it's going to be entertaining at all. A lot of it's just going to be me listening and just taking it in, trying not to miss anything. It was really intriguing and it felt unfair at a lot of times, but with the outcome at the end, I think it was as good as they were going to get. It just sucks because they refused the plea deal, which would have made everyone happy. I guess they would have had to spend 6 months in jail and that would have sucked. But the whole point of them not wanting to do that is because they would have been dishonorably charged, and they got that anyway, which I get why. At the end of the day, a man is dead, a boy is dead, I should say, and his family have got the proper closure that they needed. Jack Nicholson's performance was so intense. It was crazy, but so was Tom Cruise's. I have only recently become a Tom Cruise, I don't even want to say fan, because when I was younger, I was just like, nah, Tom Cruise, I don't want to borrow him. I don't really care about him. Seems like a weird dude personally, so I just won't get into his films. But I'm sort of now just separating the man from the art and kind of just taking his work and appreciating him as an actor. And I can't fault him. I can never fault his performances because his performances are always so golden. Demi Moore also played the Optimus so well. I was thinking at first that maybe they would have some sort of romance between these two characters. I'm actually glad that they didn't. It kept it serious, which I think it needed to be because of the content, but they definitely had moments. And then she also kind of low-key asked him out on a date. Then she was like, I just really like you as a lawyer. And I was like, okay, so you just admire him. There were definitely moments. As I said, I'm glad they didn't go there. He had some really strong characters, which made for a really strong story. And of course, like all of the research involved in the making of this screenplay would have been super important as well. As I said, lots of Navy, Marine jargon, and also lots of law jargon. So the two things I know nothing about at all. So yeah, as I said, I was keeping quiet for the most part because the dialogue was so heavy and I was really trying to take it in. Overall, I was really impressed with how they worked as a team. I thought they all brought something to the table. Tom Cruise's character, he was the performer, he was the presenter, and he had the perfect support as well. And I really think his dad would have been proud of him too, because this was his first court appearance. And he just stepped into it so well. He really had great character growth because he was a jokester, not really taking anything seriously, playing softball all the time. That was his main priority. He didn't want to go to court, and Demi Moore's character brought that out in him, which I think he was suppressing because of the death of his father. And he was just living a cozy, cushy life that he didn't really have to think too hard on. So his growth was really nice to see in the film as well. I think with the outcome with the boys, it sucked that they got dismissed, but they got dismissed together, and I think they're going to remain friends for a really long time. That outcome wasn't just a victory for the boys, but it was also a victory for Colonel Matthew Markinson, who ended his life quite tragically, who felt super guilty for the death of Willie. So I think, yeah, overall I was really happy with the ending of the film, really impressed with the writing and the emotion that the actors brought out in their respective characters. I wouldn't say this is my favorite Reiner movie, my favorite movie by him, and just my favorite movie in general. Princess Bride still. And then for him, I haven't seen a lot of his work, but I recently watched Misery. So Misery would probably come second, and then this. As I said, there's probably so many more movies of his that I could check out. So if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this reaction, give it a big old thumbs up. It helps my channel out. And if you want to, you can subscribe for more content like this. If you're after the uncut version, you can find that over on Patreon, linked down below, where you'll also find me on all the social media handles, and you can find me on my 2 other channels as well. So thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.